Good morning and welcome to Frontiers of Knowledge segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. Energy is meant to be saved. Saved energy is generated energy. And when we see absolutely innovative concepts and inventions, we marvel. University of California in LA, they have come up with a technology. And before they could come up, researchers in China came up. These two developments were taken simultaneously. But 1 week before, the University of California publicized their invention. Chinese did so. And that is, they created a backpack. And the backpack harvests wasted energy from human movement. When you walk, when you wave your hand, when you talk, you are generating energy. But that's going waste. So the researchers have developed a backpack. You put it on your back and you start walking. And when you walk and wave your arms, that energy would be generated, collected into electricity. Undoubtedly, they have done it before as well, but the output was low. And this new prototype generates enough energy from walking, say to power an electric watch. You walk 1 kilometer and your watch or your cell phone can be fully recharged. As a matter of fact, this is an ideal potential power source which will be able to generate energy for the wearables, portable components, GPS systems, and other health care sensors. The scientists wanted to create something that also made it easier to carry a heavy bag. So this backpack has a double use. It generates energy from your movement, and more than that, it makes whatever you're carrying feel 20% lighter. Say you're carrying heavy weight to the bag, it can be harmful, and especially for the children going to the school, at least in India, I have seen the backpacks are so heavy that the children are simply crushed under that. So this would lighten their bag. Once the efficiency of the backpack is improved, the researchers believe it could be useful for athletes, for explorers, and when on those involved in rescue operations. The technology that makes this possible is called triboelectric nanogenerator. It's a small scale generator, absolutely small scale, because it's incorporated into the backpack, and it turns movements like gestures, vibrations from the machines or the vehicles which are passing by, wind and wave energy, all that is converted into electricity. And they make use of an effect we all typically experience in everyday life. Usually, you're taking your clothes out of a dryer, you're wasting energy. So, two pieces of material, usually plastic, when they rub together from these low frequency movements, create a static charge. And this charge is then harvested and used to generate energy which can be used to power, charge low power devices. And apart from potentially meaning, you may never have to charge your smartwatch again. It has some application of renewable energy. And now another thing is they're very low cost and mean all sorts of otherwise wasted energy can be put to use. As a matter of fact, in 2019, scientists had added them to solar panels to allow to generate energy at night during rain. And these were used to turn pavements and roads and even dance floors into energy source. I told you last time that in Norway, in one city, they have implanted rollers under the road. And when the car moves, energy is generated. And then not only is used to light the roads as the traffic signals, but also to melt the snow. So this is something which I was amazed. Coupled with this, the same technique is now being used, and the University of Surrey has done it, to make roads safer. The engineers from the University of Surrey have built that they use recycled plastic cups and silk cocoon waste to develop a soft, skin friendly, self powered sensor. And this sensor is used to sense human activities. Now, coupled with artificial intelligence, it can be applied in a car setting, and this smart sensor can flag potential dangerous driving trends, including slow braking reaction time. The highly flexible and biocompatible sensor can be used either as a wearable or your clothing, are placed within the fabric of the steering wheel, horn, gear stick, or brake pedal. In University of Surrey, a doctor, the principal author, Dr. Bhaskar Dudam, he said that this would influence future consumer electronics. But it's also environmentally friendly. That's the most important thing. So this sensor has been tested to monitor driver behavior as an ideal application of self-powered smart sensor technology and will be used in the driverless cars to a lot, basically make them safer. So what they say, double benefit, generate energy and make roads safer, less human life, less burden on the Medicare system. And talking of the Medicare system, the biggest problem we face when the people suffer from accidents or diseases like diabetes, they go into coma. And more often than not, these coma patients don't come back to life. If they do come back, it's with handicaps. So, again, University of California, they have managed to jumpstart a handful of coma patients, of course, to beginning with, and they've used ultrasound treatment. So they are bringing the patients back from the state of coma to a state of living. What they did was administer 2 rounds of small intensity ultrasound pulse to their thalamus. Now, thalamus is a portion of a brain that is weakened among those who are in a state of coma. So, this treatment helped restore consciousness and responsiveness. But what's more important and impressive is that the improvement took place in just a few days. We have seen coma patients lying in a vegetable state for years. But they say within days, and it's just 2 rounds of low intensity ultrasound pulse given to thalamus. So this is a fresh hope for the coma patient. And there caretakers. What happens really is that we have been seeing evidence of progress, but by the time that's applied to the patient, the time lag is too long because of the bureaucratic problem. Now, how about using your saliva, your tears, and variables that sensor your health? And imagine you are having a watch, it monitors your health, and automatically it gives you a drug with the help of your saliva. So, this wearable health device delivers real time medical data to those, especially with eye and mouth disease. And this has been done as a result of science in Penn State Department of Engineering Sciences and Mechanics. So they have created a device which collects small and large substances of biofluids. These biofluids are tears and saliva. And then that wearable, that watch, band, or whatever you want to use it, analyzes this biofluid on a rapid but a continuous base. And then, rather than sending the samples in a lab, it analyzes itself. And as a result of the analysis, it also immediately contacts a doctor. Doctor contacts a pharmacist, and the pharmacist then sends the medication, and that medication that is administered by the same wearable. So what happens is this wearable is placed near the tear duct or the mouth to collect samples, which produce data, viewable on the smartphone, sent to the doctor, as I said, the whole circle complete. The tear and saliva sensing technology can help manage diseases like oral cancer, oral ulcer, eye wrinkles, eye infections, and inflammation of the tissue of the front of the eye. Pretty amazing, don't you think so? I'm really amazed. And before I end today's episode, an interesting fact has come to my knowledge. We are living near the Atlantic Ocean. Canada has Atlantic, right? And do you know, Atlantic Ocean is getting wider. It's increasing its width. So the distance between America and Europe and Africa on the other is increasing. But then the scientists say they don't know why it's happening. The suggestion is that the deep beneath the Earth's crust is a layer called mantle, which is sizzling hot rocks, and they are rising and pushing out tectonic plates. So those rocky jigsaw puzzles, like pieces, they are expanding and extending the shores of Atlantic. As a matter of fact, one thing is to be noted is that if the Atlantic is expanding and widening, the land would be reduced. So what happens then? But then one thing is sure that this earth on which we live in is a remarkable place. And this expansion or destruction is amazing. Now, before we marvel at that, let's see the empty stretch of ocean. It rests upon an incredible important geological spot, the mid-Atlantic ridge that extends 10,000 miles, that is 16,000 kilometers from Arctic and North America. And these plates moved apart from Eurasia and Africa, and they're moving at a speed of 4 centimeters an year. So Looking at the totality, 4 centimeters expansion may not be much, but 4 centimeters along the whole shoreline means a few thousand kilometers. And that is something which can be a cause of concern and maybe a further research. How do you think? How would you feel like if you're living on the edge of Atlantic and then you find that Atlantic is inside your bedroom? Just imagine. So these are the marvels of research and science which widen our horizons of knowledge. Keep wondering till next week. Thank you.